All right, all right, all right. I'm dying. I swear.
You're dying. I'm dying.
I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Hello, dying.
Shut up.
Why is there 2 tha's in the title?
Because that's how Liz did it, and I'm not gonna question it. Duh.
Watch
The
Yeah.
Typo.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna keep it because it's funny. It's a funny title.
What?
The hands.
The hands.
The hands.
Oh my god! Someone, hey, that's someone's stand.
Oh yeah, the Zahandle.
Why do we? Oh my god! And this is how we started. This is how we're starting shit.
Break down.
Break down.
Cream corn.
Cream corn. Cream corn's pretty good.
This is the No Consequences podcast. Jesus Christ! How do I do this?
What are you trying to do?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. How do you delete extra windows?
Oh my fucking god!
I'll figure that out later.
God.
I'll figure that out later. Extra windows
Okay.
behind me. Okay.
Why is there? What are you doing?
I'm setting up the. Why, hello there. Hi, my name is Alcom, and welcome to this special edition of the No Consequences
My
podcast.
music's too loud.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
She can't hear you. You could save it. She can't hear you. Her music's
I
too loud.
know.
As I was saying, welcome to the No Consequences podcast. My name is Alcom, and today we're doing a little bit of a something special. We're gonna be we're doing the podcast in VR chat, as all 4 of us have met through VR chat and befriended each other, and so
No, we haven't.
okay, so
What
some of us,
the
shut up.
What the fuck?
Okay, fine, we're all VR chat enthusiasts, or we frequent it. Shut up.
Shut
I
up.
got 2,000 hours.
Anyways, I'm your host Alcom, and alongside me is my co-hosts Cloudy and Wiz.
Hello.
Hello.
Why are they your co-hosts?
Co-hosts, all of you. You too, Liz.
We're part
You
of the
only
fucking
said those
podcast.
two.
We're fucking. You're on the. You're last in line. You're last in line.
Shut up.
You didn't use your chalky milk.
as well as our
You go
co-host,
fucking, like, get a YouTube
co-host / director / artist Liz
Stop
/
adding titles like it's gonna make me feel better.
/ foul mouth.
Oh no, the your mom gay thing is legal.
That's official. That's the official.
It's official now.
It's official now.
We
Your
are
mom
live,
is in
ladies and
fact gay.
gentlemen. Hope you guys are enjoying. Now, today's episode is titled "Watch the hands." What the fuck?
It is a typo, but we decided to keep it because it was kind of
Yes.
funny.
Handle.
Zahandle.
The handle. Jesus Christ. So, starting us off today with his
I'm a
topic.
fucking idiot.
Fine.
Oh, sorry.
God damn it.
As I was trying to say, starting off our first topic will be Cloudy, and his topic is
Where's the letter T in the alphabet?
his topic is Chinese shoestring ripoff. What?
Ah, yes, I do love my Pokemons.
Oh,
AKA, it's TemTem. The new hit game, the new hit multiplayer Pokemon game.
the Pokemon
stopped.
killer.
Or
Supposedly the Pokemon killer.
How is it a
Oh, sorry.
Pokemon killer? Like, how is it a Pokemon killer? It definitely isn't gonna be a Pokemon killer.
I mean, it's basically any game that comes up to try and rival another game that's like the king of that genre.
Yeah.
People will dub it that.
So like, wow.
Yeah, people
something
try.
like that.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like how
pretty
everyone
much.
dubs it the WoW killer. Everyone dubs a new MMORPG that they think could potentially beat something. They name it the in this case the WoW killer.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
more or less. I mean, hey, just like any MMO, like any MMO, it's gonna have its rough start. It's always gonna have its rough start. AKA the servers are, well, as expected. Didn't go so well. They didn't start out pretty well when.
Well, I mean,
launch started.
it's an MMO launch. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
expecting for like
I mean,
an MMO. Every MMO
stupid.
like has like a horrible launch. Like what
Yeah,
MMO have you
That's
seen
that's the
has a
thing.
good launch?
I will tell you this: it's because a lot of us were seeing it as a Pokemon game and not as an MMO.
Not
So,
as an MMO.
we
It's
keep-
like, see it, you're scared.
The thing is,
Can you like not? Not?
What?
It's on the stream. I can't help it.
Jeez, all right, fine.
Oh my God.
Sit properly.
fault.
Sit
God
properly
damn it.
then. No, but
Sit properly. Sit properly.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, anyways,
But-
back to the TemTem thing.
Mhm.
I mean, hey, they kind of they went with the whole like, oh hey, it's Pokemon but multiplayer.
Exactly.
You know what happened?
What happened?
Okay.
Okay, so basically what I heard is that somebody got banned for making a joke. Because,
what?
like, apparently it was, like, a really, it wasn't even that bad.
It was
It was,
risque.
like, it was something like, oh, I'm so, like, stupid. Or something, you know, you would just say because you're hanging out with your friends.
Mhm.
So this person spent $30-something on a video game that they can't play anymore.
Damn.
Because the mods banned him for saying something insulting.
Hey,
What
my-
is it? What is this fucking game rated on? What is this fucking game rated for? What was the ESCB rated for this? Is it fucking what 10
from
plus or something?
From what I'm understanding, it's everyone. Yeah.
you heard my
E for
fifis.
everyone.
You get
Yeah,
no
E for everyone.
refees. I mean refunds.
Oh, this is what Nintendo was warning us. He called me big poo head, so I'm gonna ban
So I'm banning you.
you.
Uh,
big
You have the
poo-poo now.
camera on me.
Because
I saw that.
what? It's funny. This is the cool thing about doing the camera thing. I can actually point at each of you while you're doing your thing.
I wish you did an angle that has all of us
The
in
thing
there
is,
because it's easier for us to see each
It's weird
other.
to say because I played enough Pokemon. where
So you
I'm
want me
like, okay.
to do
I got
everyone?
this.
Yeah, just do one. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Are you sure?
Okay.
Are
Yeah,
you sure,
that
Liz?
works.
Okay, that
Yep,
works.
that
Yeah,
works.
that way
Yep,
she's
works.
not. She doesn't have your mom gay in front of her anymore.
That was my fault.
Your mom gay.
Your mom gay.
All right. then.
Anyways, back I gotta say, TemTem is weird. It's not weird. It's just hey, it's something Pokemon could have implemented at one point. I mean, looking at you, Sword and Shield.
What you talk about?
Uh-huh.
It's still definitely could implement it. They clearly have the budget
They
for
have
it.
the budget. They definitely have the budget for it.
Yeah, they definitely have the budget for it. Like
Considering that
there's
Pokemon
no
makes
way.
them a lot of money every year at this point, like fuck, dude. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Thought
it's
that said
because
poopo hand.
What the fuck?
I can't read.
oh my god. God
Oh
damn it.
dear lord.
This is the
Okay,
podcast.
Welcome to the
Hackers.
podcast, ladies and
wait.
gentlemen.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Yes, this. There we go. Good.
What makes it hilarious though is it's just like, I mean, hey,
My
game,
body is
game
so
looks pretty
disjointed
cool. Art's pretty,
with my
you
actual
know,
head.
it's original. It's original and everything.
Hmm?
That
Whatever.
or my tits are too big.
Oh no.
What?
But either way, I mean, hey, I mean, there's a lot of similarities people will say for Temtem and Pokemon. I mean, obviously, dialogue from what I've seen, I'm looking through the photos of the game and everything. Gameplay wise, it kind of has similarity, very, very, really close similarities. I won't lie.
The only
Inspirations.
the only
inspirations more.
it
That I
inspirations from
made a
Pokemon.
mistake
and-
and my suffering.
And the only thing that's different that a lot of people keep saying is there's more strategy involved because one, there's no random chance like critical hits.
There's no
There's
critical
more-
hits.
Yeah, there's quite a few other elements that make it more strategic compared to Pokemon, and
So
I can
I'm just like,
understand that.
I mean, hey, that's a
Oh,
that's a
no,
good it's a good flip on things compared to the norm, you know.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's just like I mean, hey,
It's still Pokemon.
they
It's
didn't
just-
they didn't really do much with this online system. They didn't really
Yeah.
do much, from what
You're
I've
right.
seen.
I think I clicked something.
It's a collectathon.
Uh-oh.
It's a collectathon.
Yeah,
Well, not
that's why I'm
collectathon. I
just
mean,
like,
what's it called? An MMO like what's it called? Card?
It's a
Creature
creature capture.
Yeah.
Game?
Yeah.
What is the genre for
It's a creature
fucking-
capture game. The problem is Pokemon has pretty
Yeah.
much dominated the entire thing that all the others have just vanished. So there is no creature
Yeah.
I
capture
wouldn't say
genre.
they vanished. It's just they didn't have that much of
I'm over
a
here
that big of an influence. Like Tem. The only reason why TemTem is as big and like as notoriety as it is because it comes from a random indie developer
Mhm.
studio, and
Yeah.
the idea is like, hey guys, we're gonna make our own version of
Mhm.
Pokemon. It's gonna be not Pokemon, but it's
It's Pokemon, but
But it's not
yeah.
Pokemon.
It's
It's
not.
different.
Online. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, you
It's
get to go
different.
online. Plus, oh yeah, one of the things that I got to see from other streamers who've been playing it is, well, the design of characters looks kind of different.
That's why I said
Kinda-
it's like
kinda
it's
ugly?
like
Yeah.
well, more or less,
rigid.
I mean, hey, original. I'll give them that original,
Mm-hmm.
but not in the good taste.
Yeah,
not in the good taste.
not in the-
Original. If these people fucking wrote a college or a high school paper, they'd get docked for plagiarism.
Jeez.
It's different, guys. Check it out. It's there's
there's like an EV.
you can customize your house and you can play with your friends like you can with Sword and Oh wait,
Welcome to
Oh,
non-Pokemon the game.
it's not
Uh-oh.
Pokemon though. It's not
Uh-oh.
Pokemon though.
I
Hey,
swear.
they
it's
don't
not-
capture with Pokeballs. They use cards or something, right?
Yeah,
Like,
something
is
like
that
that.
what-
I actually need to
I
look
don't
into it.
fucking know.
The problem is-
Like,
the problem is
I didn't really
actually-
look too much into it.
The thing
I'll
is,
be fair, I didn't really
I'm gonna
look
tell
too
you
much
this.
into
I
it other
tried to
than-
look into it
Oh,
day
fuck.
one, but I forgot it's an MMO. I was looking at it like a Pokemon game instead of
Ow.
an
I
MMO.
punched my mic by accident. Owie.
And so what and Claudia was there with me when we were watching. We were trying to watch
Yeah.
other streamers play, and one of them I watched was
I
multi-streaming with
wanted
his
to get,
friends.
like, yeah, I
And-
wanted to see. I wanted to have a taste. I wanted to see what it's like. All I
Mhm.
saw was literally main menu.
Yeah.
That's it.
We all we saw was a server loading screen. Like they're getting ready to log in. They're in a waiting line. The queue is huge. Meanwhile,
Huge.
there's
Yeah.
3 screens of the multi-stream. 2 people maybe are
My
playing.
pillow.
2 people are waiting. Then
Yeah.
it swaps. One person's out of the queue, and the other people are now playing. And it's just like, what the fuck? And
Like, yeah, all players
hilariously,
in there.
the main streamer, while he's just waiting in queue, he was literally
He's
playing
literally
Pokemon.
Playing Pokemon himself.
He actually has like a small screen where he's just hatching eggs. I'm
Yeah.
just like, oof, damn.
So I'm like, at that point, I was just like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, can I just play Pokemon instead?
Like, yeah.
Oh,
mm,
whoops.
I mean, he basically the development crew is basically like, hey,
it's a
we're
small
making
crew.
a game, but we do not have the budget. We do not have any of the resources available.
Mhm.
So like, and even then, it's like I said, I'm gonna keep on saying it. I'm gonna defend it. It's an MMORPG
Yeah.
launch.
It's made by an
day.
indie. It's made by an indie developer.
The
too,
game
so
was
I don't really-
kickstarted. The game was
Yeah.
successfully
Yeah.
kickstarted,
Yeah,
and
which is nice. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
well,
that's fine.
it's not nice, but it kind of puts in perspective of what you're dealing with. Like we
Yeah.
got like TemTem is such a small, insignificant type of game in comparison to what the budgetary like the budget they had. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. It was kickstarted successfully for $573,939.
So, yeah.
That's a lot. Okay, now
Mhm.
let's compare it to Pokemon, which
That
is
have
the
the
funds are
budget.
unlimited.
Yeah,
There
the
is no limit.
Their budget's like
It's-
through the
Well,
fucking
I mean,
roof.
Okay, well, I mean, their budget isn't unlimited, but it might as well be.
Yeah, compared to
mean,
a
it's
small company
Nintendo,
who made
yeah.
TemTem.
It's
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Game Freak.
everyone
Game
wants
Freak-
to buy
Game
a
Freak- Game
Pokemon.
Freak is a big company.
Is it a big company?
Yeah. It's
I'm-
a pretty big
Mhm.
company.
I mean, I thought they were just a Pokemon like machine.
How
I mean,
long do you think they've been like? Listen, I'm pretty sure a large portion of their profits are like just Pokemon. Everyone knows that, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
brother,
it started since
you're
like what,
backed
back
by
in the 90s.
Nintendo.
And you're
Yeah.
backed by Nintendo too to make
Yeah.
the game.
Of
Like, fuck.
course. So, it makes sense that it would be. It would have so much money and financial support, and a
Yeah,
company like
Because, I mean,
TemTem or the,
because
Well-
you gotta remember too, it's successful. Pokemon's successful for a reason.
yep,
Mhm.
team
Yeah,
behind
but
TemTem, not so much.
it still doesn't change that. Fubin in chat saying like budget's through the roof, and yet they're reusing animations and models from.
Assets, animations.
I mean, hey,
don't
guys,
know.
it's super hard to make these amazing creatures and animating them. That's super difficult. Even though for TemTem, what is the creature count? I've seen animations and videos of it, And I'm
Don't
like, this is
fucking release it then.
You talking about
can
Pokemon?
wait. There's plenty of Kickstarted games that are just like, yes, we got the funding that we need, and then they take forever to be released. But
but
when
but
they
but,
come
but when they're
out,
released, they're really good. And then you got Pokemon where it's like takes forever for the release, and it still comes out. Kind of like this is what we were waiting for.
Yeah, like
This is what we were waiting for.
people had a lot of
Did you
hopes on
just say
Sword and Shield
Pokemon?
because
Yeah, I mean Pokemon. Look, there's something people who, when it came out were like, the design is nice, but it kind of looks just like
but keep in mind
what Sun and
people-
Moon.
Yeah, that and people literally said, "Oh, look, animations are reused. You can clearly see here, 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 and here."
it can be hard figuring out to do like
New
new
stuff,
things
yeah.
just
New
out
stuff,
of the
yeah.
box that you
Especially-
already
Yeah.
haven't done.
I mean, considering
Look at how old the
what's
IP
their,
is.
what's their
Yeah,
yearly,
especially
what's
with
their
like
yearly
over
budget
1,000
for
Pokemon that they
releasing
now
games?
have to redesign.
I just
Or
realized,
imagine
when
if
do
they
they
had to
usually release
redesign
their
all
games?
1,000.
Isn't Pokemon like a
2-year?
bi-yearly
3-year?
series, something like that? Like it takes 2 years.
I think it is. You're right.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
a bi-yearly, but
Okay,
they
let me look
always
it up.
do a
Yeah.
like
Because I'm over
a
here thinking,
remake.
because I mean, when did Sun and Moon or whatever recreation of Sun and Moon? When did that release? Ultra Sun and Moon.
Ultra
I
Sun.
mean.
I don't remember. All I know is
All I
that
know is I
Pokemon
think that
follows a
was
pattern.
yeah, and I'm over here like,
Yeah,
I mean-
Pokemon. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's a bi-yearly series
So 2
for
years.
the most part, but some points it's like a year. Like easy example is like red and green, blue. All right, and then 98 you got like that's 2 years later you got yellow and red and blue.
Yeah.
And then it just does like next year 1999 gold and silver. 2000 crystal.
Heart Gold
2
and
years
Soul
later
Silver, yeah.
ruby and sapphire, and then
Ruby
2 years later
Sapphire.
fire red and leaf green and emerald, which is 3 Pokemon games in 1 year. So it is mostly like either a 1 year or a 2 year series. Until like what? I'm looking at it like, okay, what is Omega Ruby?
Omega,
Alpha Sapphire, is that the fucking remake?
That's
Yeah, it's a
remake.
remake.
Okay, those are okay. Do we count them? Or those are still big releases, right?
Yeah, they
still counted
technically
Fire
are.
Red.
Because, like, think about it, you're jumping from like a 2D game to a 3D game. So
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, but how
it's
much of the
basically-
assets are reused from
They
like X
don't.
and Y? And
They don't
you
reuse
can't,
them.
Like you
They-
can
they can
reuse them,
reuse
but
them.
you
Yeah.
have to. You have to make new stuff because
They have to make new stuff.
different
There's a lot
environments.
of
Basically,
sometimes
all they
cities
did,
are different.
all they did was remake the entire story of the previous game from like 1 or 2 console generations ago, and remake it for the new console gen. So graphics, everything looks new,
So
Okay.
So they're remodeling everything.
pretty much.
hey, Diamond and Pearl on the Switch.
Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty
I
much
mean-
what a
I
lot
mean,
of people are
they wouldn't-
assuming.
That wouldn't do.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. Like, because I'm looking at Sun and Moon, and I need to preface this. I'm not a Pokemon person. I'm not.
Well, then,
I don't get it. I
didn't personally play Sun and Moon, so I wouldn't know. I only played up until
Is it
X
good?
and Y and
Sun and
Omega.
Moon-
Is Sun and Moon good?
Sun and Moon was good. The problem
just
is they
know as
changed the
an artist
formula,
how
and
things
everyone
work.
didn't like it. It was funny.
Oh,
Everyone was like tired of the gym leader formula. Yeah.
Pokemon,
Everyone was tired of the gym leader formula, but then they changed it. Hey, it's not gym leaders. You have challenges, and there's some special Pokemon there that you have to fight. No one liked it. That was
You
Panda.
want to know why no one like it? Because they changed.
Yeah.
So just keep doing it,
Yeah,
and
basically,
they'll be
people like
forced
it.
to like it.
Well, then we got Sword and Shield. It basically was that. It literally threw everything out of the window. It was like, hey, fuck the story, fuck everything. But let me tell you about what you're gonna do. You're gonna fucking
Explore
you're
the
gonna go to-
wild. You're gonna run
you're gonna explore the
around.
wild. You're gonna do the thing that you like
Breath of the
doing.
Wild on steroids.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually,
Well,
the Breath of the Wild is still more impressive.
Yeah, Breath
at
of
least
the
it
Wild.
runs at 30 FPS consistently.
mhm.
Hey,
Ooh.
I watched someone play it live. I watched someone play it at somebody's house when I was over on Thanksgiving break.
Mhm.
And let me tell you this right now. I could not fucking believe. I was like, this is a Switch game? This does not look like a Switch game. This
just-
clearly looks like this was made off of the 3DS. And then they just were like scrambling hardcore to see if they can port it to the Switch, which they did. But the assets don't look that great. I mean, like, compare to a launch title like Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
It's not a launch title. It was there before.
Okay,
I
Breath
guess
of the
you could
Wild
say
was
it
developed for
technically was,
Wii
but
U, and then it was ported to the Switch, and the two versions of kind of.
Listen, I'd say launch title is Mario Odyssey. Now
That's not a launch title. That was released how many months after the Switch came out?
I think it was a launch title, actually. I think it
No,
actually
it was
was.
not a launch
For the
title.
Switch?
It was
Had
not
to
a
have
launch
been.
title.
For the Switch?
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Could have sworn it was. Crap, now you're gonna make me. You bitch.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I was gonna need to look that
own
up.
a Switch?
Yes,
does.
I own a
Yes, he
Switch.
does. Yes, he does. He does.
I owned a
I've
Switch.
had mine for
Oh wait,
like
no,
3
wait.
years.
Was it
The,
Ultimate?
the fucking Odyssey was released on October
Yeah,
27th,
it was Smash Bros. That was the
2017.
yeah, Smash Bros. Was the
Shut up! No!
So none of us were correct. Eat
Wait,
your
no.
words, Wiz.
What the fuck
It
was
was Breath of
Zelda
the-
released? I'm
Breath
pretty
of the
sure it was one
Wild
of the,
was-
the first titles that were available.
yeah. Breath of the Wild
on
was the first. It should be
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild and
Hey, I
Smash.
don't count ports as launch titles. 'Cause
What the
they
fuck you mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't even. Oh my!
It was on the Wii U.
Odyssey-
It was on the
okay,
Wii U. That's the thing.
Yeah, it was on the Wii U. It was developed for the Wii U, and then it was ported to the. But it sided its development at midpoint or something like another. Breath of the Wild was then like worked on the Switch,
Hmm.
and it used the Switch, stuff accordingly.
Are you okay?
I'm basically trying to
He's
say
trying to
that
make sure he's got his info right.
it's halfway. I would not count it as a port because there's an obvious version that Nintendo wants to sell, which is the fucking Switch version. So that's clearly the best version. That's the version you gotta be playing.
And that's a
Now
quite.
compare that to Sun and Moon, which is development. Clearly, you can tell from the assets and everything else wasn't on a 3DS,
Yeah.
and then it was put onto the Switch forcibly because they needed. I don't know. They needed a Pokemon
That's a-
console. I can't explain it. Like I don't know what they were thinking.
Remember, they're phasing- the thing is they're phasing out the-
Pikachu and
the-
Eevee.
The thing is, they're phasing
Phasing
out
out
the
the
3DS. 3DS is
Wait,
phased
wait,
out.
Yeah, the 3DS line is.
So
wait a minute.
basically, the Switch is now the portable / console. It's weird.
I mean,
it's
that's.
weird.
Actually, is
that's
there a
where the
graphical
Switch Lite-
difference
Hmm?
between Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Sun and Moon? Not Sun and Moon.
but-
Sword and Shield.
No. Let's Go
do they
Pikachu.
look different?
Let's Go Pikachu and
they-
Let's Go Eevee was supposed to be something that combines with the Pokemon Let's Go game or whatever. Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. And
Yeah.
but what I'm trying to say is. The graphics look different because the
Yeah,
main thing
they-
I looked at is optimization and
Yeah,
like,
it
the
did look
graphics. And
different.
from what I
I'll
so I'm
fight
like,
you on that, Mr. Cardboard.
It looked different.
all right,
That's funny.
we need to go back. We need to go back to TemTem. Poor TemTem being overshadowed by Pokemon.
Again,
course.
we're in this big discussion about
Oh my
Pokemon.
God.
I mean, at this point, I was just like, dude, there's not really much to
Two
say
of us
about
aren't
them.
even-
Well, the game
It's
just came out, and it's good game, but it's an early access title that
It's
has
really early access.
con-
has-
Well, it has
Hey, you're going a
content.
bit above and beyond with the good game part. I say mediocre at best.
Hey, if it got an 89% on Steam and it's selling relatively well, and everybody for the most part
Hey, I
likes
can
it,
say the same about fucking Gario. Garfield.
Oh, shut the fuck
Oh my
up about
God.
you brought back Garfield card. Get the fuck out of here.
God damn it.
He knows him, right? Garfield card's got.
I mean, but that's the meme. That's the meme.
Yeah,
wow.
okay.
Hey, listen. You can't say Steam ratings as like. You can't
Accurate.
have Steam ratings as what you're gonna say. For
Yeah.
You're guiding
Okay,
light.
all right, I'll just fucking look up the Metacritic for it.
Oh my god.
And if you don't accept that, then I'll just have to look like what at that
I don't
point.
accept Metacritic either.
Game
What the fuck do
Informer.
you accept then?
I
What do you-
only accept a
what do you
reliable
do?
source, Game Informer.
Are they even still around?
Yeah, I don't
Are
know.
they
Fuck
still
it.
around?
I barely pay attention to that shit. It was a joke. It was a joke, Liz. It was a joke. Liz, no. Liz, please, no.
God damn it.
Oh no!
What do you? What the fuck
What?
happened to you? What do you?
What happened now?
I don't know. I just wasn't expecting
Actually-
to be so squeezed.
Actually, TemTem doesn't even have a rating by like critics yet.
Not
on
yet.
Metacritic.
It's still because they're waiting. They're waiting until the servers are full. It's they're doing the MMO treatment. They're waiting for the servers to be fine because
they're
it-
waiting for basically for everything to calm down. That's what I'll
yeah,
say.
because if they were to
Master.
judge it now based on how the servers are right now, they probably wouldn't give it a high score.
Oh, they would probably score a fucking 4 out of 10.
Apparently, TemTem's also being released on the PS4. I didn't know that.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Apparently, there's a
Look like
Metacritic
a
on that.
monster.
I guess it's just to be announced. You know, maybe they won't do it.
Oh, guys, look, the first Pokemon game on console. Oh,
Why don't you
shut up?
That's not.
Shut up.
Nintendo.
Shut
Did you hear Pokemon's gonna be on the PlayStation 4?
God.
Liz, you may want to get up and sit
Sony got the
down.
rights to Pokemon. Oh, okay.
Oh my god! This
All
is
right.
incredible.
All right,
You heard
then.
it here
So,
first.
so,
Go to here, folks.
so I think
Uh,
I would love to give TemTem a chance, but at the same time, I don't want to invest
I
my
just
money
do it
into it.
for
$30.
So.
It's
for
Yeah.
$30.
Like,
Yeah.
what would I do? I might as well just like, well, there's
I'll
like
play
Pokemon
Final
Online.
Fantasy. Fuck
If
Yeah.
it.
it was like, listen, I
Mhm.
would buy it if it was 15.
Yeah, if it was,
That's how I feel.
if it was 15, I'd probably get it.
Isn't there like
Yeah.
another like? Isn't there Pokemon Online or some nonsense?
Oh, there's a lot of different
I could probably
alternate.
just play
yeah.
porn games and be satisfied.
Oh,
It's
God.
sad.
I mean, different satisfied, but I guess.
different satisfaction.
There's
Not
sort of-
not
yeah.
not in not not.
You
does
really
not-
think that I, Liz,
Yes,
would
yes, yes.
masturbate to a porn game? You're terrible.
No consequences.
No consequences.
No consequences. Love you,
Stop,
Liz.
Stop. Just stop. Just stop.
God.
She just
Hey,
break down already.
We're breaking down already.
And
break
all
down.
right, so Cloudy, anything else you want to add about
I mean, not really.
current status?
Game's mediocre at the best.
We didn't
Okay.
even get to play it, so how can we really even judge it?
That's
Oh,
true.
Looking at it.
I just
Gameplay,
look at it.
watching gameplay.
I mean,
Right,
it
if
looks
the
like
game is that-
Pokemon.
If a
Dude.
game is that mediocre, then you can just base off of whether or not you
Yeah.
want to play it from the gameplay.
All right,
Well,
fine.
I
I'm
mean-
watching I'm looking at the gameplay right now. Is this fucking Pokemon?
Plus, you and I
See?
don't even like Pokemon, so why would we
I'm
play
over
a
here
game
like, hey,
that's
dude, I'd rather be
Pokemon?
playing RuneScape at that point. Fuck it.
That is
RuneScape.
still- yeah.
Oh, RuneScape.
Yeah, install RuneScape.
Oh, dear
I'm going
Lord.
back.
Oh,
I'm
dear
going back, boys.
We're going back. Yeah, I'm gonna join you.
GF for 200 gold.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh my fucking god.
And so then, moving on, I think,
Yeah.
since we're all done with that
Yeah.
topic. Jesus
Pretty
Christ,
much.
what a dumpster
Yeah.
fire. Will be.
Body is exploding.
Well, Liz, since you're apparently about to spontaneous combust, you're next. And here comes Liz with her topic. Excuse me while I double take and read that again. Tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it Liz with
Do it.
tits are tits. Uh-huh.
Tits are tits.
Uh-huh. Go on.
All right, so what Liz is going to explain to you is something that these three probably wouldn't understand about. I don't even think Cloudy would, but
What? You really throwing the guy underneath the fucking. What did he do? What did he do?
so
What did
I'm
he
going to
do?
be talking about the artist community.
Oh.
All right, so I don't get it at all.
Yeah,
If you need me, I'm just
yeah.
gonna. Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to.
take my
Oh,
leave.
Liz,
Yeah.
I can tag along with this. Let's go.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
There's just been this big fucking movement all of a sudden to just be complete assholes. I mean, they're like that all the time. But
I mean, that's like every
get back
community.
here!
All right, all right.
All right, fine. Jeez.
This fucking ditches the goddamn podcast.
It's not something I know. I don't know art.
I don't know anything about this.
You can comment on it.
I do
But,
art.
okay, so what
Yeah.
happens is that
Mhm.
there is just a collective, large amount of people who are just taking other people's artwork and quote unquote fixing it. And
Oh,
by
that.
fixing,
I've
it's
actually
like
heard of that.
fucking with their shit. Either by changing the color, the skin tone of the characters, or just changing the, the whole
I've been
drawing
seeing
in the
this go
first
around
place.
too. I
Drawing
won't
around
lie.
the poses and shit like that. It's just like, don't
Wait.
do that.
Wait, that's been growing more rampant?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, are you
There's
shooting?
also this like fucking culture out there where they're just taking characters and then redesigning them because they're saying it's also better and that their design their design capabilities is better than the authors, the initial authors.
Hey
And I'm
guys,
just
look at
like,
my OC character. I made it myself. It's a redrawing of insert random
Insert-
known
it's not
character
even
here.
the OC part. It's
All I
just that
did is recolor.
This person
Oh,
should
it's like
have their character look like this. The initial
what the
design sucks,
fuck?
and that they should redesign it. I'm gonna reference Has Been Hotel. If any of you have
Oh
heard
yeah.
that before,
Oh,
they take the characters because apparently they don't like the fact that Vizzy Pop likes the color palette of red and pink.
what?
There's nothing wrong with red and
There's
pink.
nothing
To
wrong
me,
with that.
to me, it matches a lot of what happens in hell. Large amounts of red, blood, suffering, fire. You know, the color palette fits in with the theme of the area. And then you got the little pinks, the happy fun colors alongside of it, the yellows and the oranges. Those also fit in with it to like what the mood of the thing is. Just because it's like all this angry stuff going on, it's fucking hilarious. They make jokes and things like that. The main point of it is so that they can get better as people. So it's like, I, to me as an artist, I overthink these kinds of things. That's probably not the reason why they do that. It's probably because they just like the color red and pink.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it fits well with the tone.
Right.
And these people will take characters and then completely redesign them with different color palettes because they don't like the fact that she uses reds and pinks
So
and
basically,
oranges.
so basically, Liz, it's like, oh, we don't like this. We'll just fucking change it and make it better for you.
That's not an attitude that you're supposed to have. It's called
No.
critique, constructive criticism. You know what that is? You're just throwing shit into a person's face. That's disrespectful to an artist to do that.
That's somebody's time and effort, pretty much.
I'm just reminded of all those people from like the Sonic fandom where all they do is recolor a character, and that's my OC.
Hey guys, look, it's me, Tails, black and red. Oh.
No, it's Bales.
It's Bales.
It's Bales.
It's Bales.
Oh,
It's
God.
Bales.
I'm assuming this is like really common, but for Hasbin Hotel, I don't know, it for me it just seems like you're missing the point and the tension of the fucking series. Why do it?
Yeah.
Just because I don't like it. I want to be different, but I'm
It's
not.
because,
I wanna
listen,
do
it's
something
the
else.
entitlement now of people where they're just like, because I don't like it, no one else should like it. Because something's popular, it should be brought down and wrought with criticism. Because if I don't enjoy my life, why the fuck should you? You should feel as bad as
It's
I
like
feel
if I'm
right
suffering, you're suffering with me.
Liz, I have a
What the
question.
fuck?
Yes.
Isn't there that that idea that a lot of art, especially art majors and stuff, have? You know how people say the SoCal drawing method. Like there's
What's it? Cal Arts?
the Cal Arts, yeah.
Cal Arts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same ideology?
I know. No.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Apparently-
Cal Arts?
The Cal Art style, I can explain it to you as just a large amount of cartoons nowadays following the similar pattern. There's other styles like it. People associate one called the Tumblr style. I'll explain that one later. But what happens is that in the Cal Arts, people are angry because multiple different big name cartoons out there, or even just the mediocre ones, all follow this similar kind of like, most of the main characters look the same. That's what they have difficulties with. You see Steven Universe from Steven Universe. You see Mabel Pines from Gravity Falls. You see Gumball Watterson from Amazing World of Gumball. You see Star from Star versus the whatever the fuck. I don't even want to finish
Voices of
saying
Evil.
that one.
Oh, you mean like the
So
two
what
little
happens-
ovals, like one for the chin and then one
you
for the
just
head?
see them. They have the fucking same smile, the similar kind of physique, and the way that the bodies are drawn are similar in certain ways. Things differ between style to style, of course, but it's just the fact that they look similar to one another. Too similar. Even if the artist didn't even study at Cal Arts particularly, it doesn't matter because, what Alchem is drawing over there.
I literally
Actually, give
just
me
did
that
it.
pen.
I literally just did it. Hey, look, it's
Oh my
Clarence.
God.
I made Clarence.
It's
It's
Clarence.
fucking Clarence.
Oh my God, it's fucking Clarence. What the fuck? Okay, I'm
This
starting.
is a popular art style. This is actually popular.
That's actually
And
what
the reason people
fuck?
are getting upset is because well, it's making bank. People are getting hired, and people who like spend dedicated time studying and actually trying to learn their craft, they're not getting hired because, well, you take too long. You take
Yeah, I
months
just-
Okay,
when
it takes forever for you. Like, I know for a fact that Steven Universe uses the cell method where they basically frame by frame they draw each frame. I don't know about the rest of the shows, but took forever for them to do that, and they also didn't have the fucking views for it. But I saw the pilot for Steven Universe. It's completely different than what the show is now. So this isn't just a problem of the artists. It's also the problem of the studios and companies. It's easier to animate this. It's
Yeah.
easier to animate that. So make your art style look like that. If you don't, it's we're gonna dog you. We're not even going to put your show up.
It's not pop. It's what's it called? It's not marketable. It's not easy to produce.
Oh, it's not profitable. That's what you're.
Yeah, it's not profitable. That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the big issue with that is that you don't get like the sheer amount of brunt force of like differences in cartoon style between American shows and American creators. Like, where's all the differences of cartoons from like the 90s and the 2000s?
Early
Like,
2000s. Yeah.
where's that? And not even the early 2000s, just the 2000s as a whole up until
Yeah.
2010s. Like, where's the differences in
What
that?
happened
I
to
liked
that?
seeing the diversity between the different art styles of the creators,
Yeah.
and we don't have that. Same with fucking anime in Japan. They're having the
Mm.
same issue.
Oh,
It's not marketable. People don't want to see it. Your art
Right.
style isn't good enough. But some of them shine through. That's not the way it is here in the US.
Hmm.
All of them look the same, except for Amazing World of Gumball. He may have the similarity to the Cal art style, but the fact that they're actually implementing different animation techniques and things like that, I
Mhm.
can't fault them for
That's why I
that.
give them
They're doing
credit.
something out of the
That's
box.
why.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
But I meant to talk about like just artists on the internet.
Yeah, sorry about
You
the,
got
sorry
me
about
fucking
sorry
all
about that. I
confused.
just had to ask because I wanted your opinion.
I can say there is something called the Tumblr style, and like it's just this broad term to associate with Tumblr and their social justiceness. And it's just the fact that like
Should talk about that
they're
one
either
time.
drawing way too stereotypically, they're over exaggerating certain parts of things like having hairy legs, things like that. But they're basically just like a walking propaganda poster, most of their drawings. That's usually just what the Tumblr style is called
Oh.
because
Yeah.
it's just they're trying to say that this should be aesthetically pleasing, but it's not aesthetically pleasing. So you just look at it and you're just like, that's not art. And then they're just like, insert random insult here, you know.
Oof.
But you got these people who grow up like that, and then they come into the real world in arts and design, and they can't take no for an answer. They can't understand that you shouldn't say these things to other people. They don't know what critiquing is and to take criticism, which is what you need among artists, or you're not going to get better. In fact, you're going to get worse because you're going to be like, oh, I like this portion of my style, and you exaggerate it and your shit looks terrible. I've seen plenty of artists who come from a fucking fantastic art style and then they go to shit, and you're just like, what happened in this time distance?
It happens. It happens to a lot of people. It does. It really does.
Like I said, it's usually is it marketable, and then like art as it is actually like a very difficult product to sell. Simply
Yeah.
because like going back to like like people taking someone else's art and like repurposing it. It could probably much fall under the same line of like, is this something that people want to get? Then I'll do it, even if it comes at a cost of production, even if it comes at a cost of quality. It's like the free triangles. If it it's either quality, fast, and cheap, or cost,
You can
and
only
there's no
pick the
such
two.
thing. Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's always going to be two, and and one piece will be like cut somehow. It could be it can be quality, and it's gonna be
It's
and it be done
cost,
fast, but it's not
fast,
gonna be
and
done
yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is that you can start out with all three, and then one dips out.
I don't even know how it can even like you can do all three. Especially
Okay, I have my example. It's called
okay.
Voltron: The Legendary Defender.
Oh,
What the fuck is that?
it was a
The
good
reboot.
series.
I did not.
It was
see
a
it.
good and it was a good series. Had a nice budget. Had like good animation, good story, and then it fucking fell off the deep end.
Yep. Hey, wait,
So
no, we
you
have.
can have all three of the Triforce, but eventually one's just gonna fucking fuck off into nowhere land.
Wasn't that also like Thundercats? Didn't they have their own kind of thing too?
Yeah.
Like a good version?
What was it called? What was it called? Like Thundercats, like the one the reboot, the good
Thundercats,
one,
right.
and then now that there's currently like Thundercats Roar.
Roar, yeah, that's.
Is it a Thundercats Roar?
I think it's
Apparently,
Roar.
that's so bad.
It
They're
got
not
cut.
even showing it on Cartoon Network because it's that bad.
Oh
Damn.
no.
It's
Or at least
because
not showing it.
they showed the like the trailer part opening, and people were just like, "No, absolutely not. I won't enjoy
Ooh.
this. Don't do it."
Yeah,
And,
basically, if they have bad ratings, they're not gonna
again
bother.
on the fucking animation shit, you saw what Teen Titans went when it became
Oh.
Teen Titans Go. Like, they have the capability to have it as a certain art style. I mean, have you seen the one episode where they that's like the best episode I think in my opinion of it,
Teen
where
Titans?
Cyborg is talking about this specific music song that he likes and he
Mhm.
loses the tape for it. The art style in that show was like the best. And I was like, why can't you do that for the rest of the episodes? Like, this looks fantastic. Instead, you choose to
Yeah.
do this, where it looks like
Mhm.
everything else under the sun.
Yeah. They wanna
Lazy.
please a certain audience.
Basically, it's laziness. Well, not lazy. It's just the production team, not the studio doesn't want to pay much because they know
Well,
it'll take time.
Well, that, and like I said, they want to please a certain
Deadline.
audience.
I remember,
Yeah, they got deadlines.
I remember artists charge for the amount of time that they put into their artwork. So if the crappier looking
They
style
don't even
takes
pay them. I can tell you that.
oof,
It's
Probably
not. It's not expensive. They just don't pay them.
damn. Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, they must get paid for the hour or something. No, never mind.
Fuck
I
no.
retract
They just
statement.
want to get a fuck ton more in profit than on the outside. And it's just like, okay, so you're not out here wanting to make masterpieces. You're out here just for the money. And that's when it's like,
That's basically,
just stop being a studio at that point because you're just going to fuck over your audience at some point. And they are. Like, where is our quality fucking TV shows now? Look what happened to SpongeBob. Legend of Korra was promising, and then it was like, you know what? No.
I mean, regular show, man. Fucking miss that show.
Regular
so much.
show is
Very sure had good writing, that's
I
the
can't
thing.
really
Very
comment on those because
Adventure
it's
Time?
Look,
Yeah.
Adventure Time had decent writing. Regular show had good writing as
Adventure
well.
Time just had a lot of.
Yeah.
Jokes.
The creator gave a lot of liberties to the other writers,
Mhm.
and that's when like you have issues because they just decided to do stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you had
don't do
ways.
that when you're doing a show.
You
You have
gave
to.
him leeway.
You
That's all.
gave
What?
them too much power.
At least it ended on a good note.
I can
Dude, I will say
explain
that.
to you every fault within some of most of the cartoons that I had watched to an
Say something.
absolute T. But I'm not even here to do that.
Yeah.
I'm here to talk about the art community. You keep getting me sidetracked.
My bad.
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Well,
Liz.
that's just how it goes around here.
Yeah.
So you see this shit on Twitter
Mhm.
where they're just like, this is no consequences. But they're
Oh,
just
no.
like, why are you all men? And then they have a picture of
Oh.
like what to do and what not to do when you're drawing an ass or when you're drawing tits. And I'm just like, and then somebody posted this. I don't remember who it is, but I credit to you. You're a good human being. Someone posted this thing where it was just like multiple different ways to draw an ass, multiple different ways to draw tits.
Oh, I
all
saw
of them
that.
had check marks
Yeah.
next to it, except for the one that had "Why are all men?" That one had a cross out on it, and it was just like, let people draw what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
can't
remember seeing
develop
that.
with this type of thing, and it's
Oh.
just like it's not about them drawing what they want. It's about the
Mhm.
fact that they're doing it wrong, and that it's not your
Yeah.
business. It's not your art.
Well,
It's not your
that,
fucking hand.
What's it called? Liz,
Your
I can add on
hand,
to this too,
these
'cause I did see
hands.
this on Twitter as well. there was an artist that did like a meme, like he drew like a little anime girl that said Deus Vult on it, and people were giving them shit for it.
What? That's just funny.
I know.
That's just a meme. I don't get
Yeah,
it. It's just
and
a
guess what?
joke.
Guess what? Guess the funny meme.
Deus
Our
What?
community came in and decided to pull that shit. Said no, you're not allowed to do that.
Well, I would even say that's probably just a Western art community because I don't know if all art communities are like
No,
that.
just-
Because you
just
know,
Deus
how
Vult.
big-
Depends.
It depends.
You
it
say
depends.
Western, but I think it's filtering, like probably not in the Eastern area, but like
Yeah. This is more
It's
like this is
filtering
more,
through.
yeah,
What happens here eventually
goes
Go-
over
go-
there.
goes
We're
over
to
there.
the other
We're
side.
wandering
But
into
even
the
then, like
art,
topic
of like
twin
social
transfer. I
justice.
mean, like the Bowsette meme. Like
Oh, yeah,
started with
that.
like this one Western like.
Well, it's because
like,
that shit
the
blasted
comic.
across the world, and it's a part like we all see it because Nintendo goes across the
Nintendo,
world.
yeah.
This is specifically just in certain
This is
easier
like
art communities
memes,
within
like literally
English
like
speakers, within people who speak other languages. That takes a bit harder to transfer, and that's also a cultural difference. The reason why it's like this now is because everyone here is fucking sissies. Like, you can't do anything without getting shit on. So, like, these people are just out here trying to tell you what to do because they have nothing better to do with their lives. And
exactly.
you know what can I do? All I can do is just sit there and watch them do their BS. But
This-
I'm here to tell you, don't do it.
One day we should
Go
talk about that
outside
topic.
And be
That's
a
the
decent
PSA.
fucking human
That's-
being.
This is the PSA for the episode. But
And
one day we
I-
should
I-
actually
I
talk
feel
about
for
that,
Liz
like
on
the
this.
era. And, well, hopefully that's
just-
dying though. I think that whole thing is dying anyway.
That one we would have a. Oh,
Hmm?
guess what?
Hmm?
We might have a guest soon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. No.
We've
We'll
reached.
talk more about it.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
more about it as we get on through the podcast. Now, Liz, anything else you want to add? Or are you all good?
Yeah, Joe.
My
Go-
pork chops.
Go, Joe. All right. Oh,
Jellyfish.
me. And actually, next is that loser, me, host.
Hey,
with-
hey, loser.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up,
what's up, loser?
dweebs?
What's up, loser?
What's up, you dweebs? How's it going? All right. So yeah, next is me with a small little PSA, sort of. More like a joking,
really?
more like a joking, budding comment on the current scare that everyone's been talking about with the coronavirus that's currently spreading throughout
Yes,
China.
I too like alcohol.
Yes,
I'm not that much of a fan of the
Yeah.
Corona's alright. Need
Which
some
is-
lime to make it good.
and exactly,
I can't
corona.
drink alcohol.
Don't worry, you're fine. Later, when you're old enough, we'll get you a corona.
We'll get the coronavirus together
And-
when you're older.
And so yeah, this segment is titled "I use the corona to destroy the corona."
Is this true? Can we do that?
I wish.
Can we in fact do that?
I mean, technically,
Have
all
you
you,
not seen the memes yet?
technically all you have to do is stay home.
I've seen some of the memes.
Like,
There's
honestly-
a lot of the memes where it was just like coronavirus can get destroyed by high temperatures and alcohol.
Honestly,
that's
it's
stupid.
because it's actually just a cold. The coronavirus is just a
Yeah.
cold. The big
It's
threat about it is that it can piggyback other stuff. All it
Yeah.
is just
You
Think
know
the-
what someone said in class?
what they say.
Okay.
Basically, what they said is that the only reason it's fucking China up so badly is because they aren't healthy. They breathe in smog every day,
I mean,
so it's just
Yeah.
shitting
So-
on their immune system already.
So that
If
that
you're healthy, you'll be fine.
So one thing though, we're talking about how it's spreading and stuff. It spreads simply just like the common cold, just through sneezing, through coughing, through just simply touching, through touch. The only part that makes it a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more easier to contract, is that it doesn't spread just from human to human. It can spread also from animal to human. In this case, like they've been studying it because the origin is from China. Everyone knows it. It's from China.
yeah, this
And so it's either from what they're studying, or at least the latest things I saw, they're saying it may have originated from like a snake, like from snakes.
No,
in the
I
markets.
heard. From
Do you
what
hear?
I've heard, it apparently originated from like people
Alright, who
eating
fucked a
bats or something.
Yeah, basically a
Like, that's what I
marketplaces. Yeah, it was like marketplaces, and they're
It's like
originating
cross
from either.
contamination from like a poor
Yeah.
region area. So it's like the same thing would happen to like any other contagion. It's like in
Yeah.
a
it's just the
lower region of a province or an area where it's like, ooh, and then it starts spreading over and over and until it hits like the
Exactly.
cities or something. So it's like a standard containment situation, or like a standard virus.
Yep. The problem is
And
the scare is that it could potentially piggyback other stuff like SARS or other kind of things that could cause more issues. Most of the symptoms are simple. They're just respiratory issues, simple sneezing,
yeah, so
maybe
if you have
congestion.
just basically, if you have bad immune system, you're hurt. You're hurt a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah.
You're hurt a lot.
And listen, if you're thinking that it's going to become some sort of epidemic similar to that of the
It's
Black
not.
Death, you'll be fine. At least here in the
Yeah.
United States and in Europe. If you're in China, you're probably fucked.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
jeez.
Okay.
Whew.
It's
No
just the way that it
consequences.
is there. I'm
No
sorry.
consequences.
But,
This bitch of an earth.
this
The-
bitch of
Well,
an
you gotta remember
Listen,
too.
if you think about it, the United States is really good at combating these
Well,
kinds of stuff.
That
When
is
they
because
true.
have
the
the
technology.
Ebola scared only spread to
Yeah.
at least
Well-
I think under like it
4
was a small
states.
amount of people,
Yeah.
and they were quarantined and shut off away from the
Techni-
rest of the
And even then, it
American
was contained. It was
population.
contained right
From
away.
from the last thing I looked up, they were saying that at least 7 people who've come back from like trips abroad have confirmed had it, and they're currently looking at 26 potential states that may have people who have it. But they're keeping an eye out, and honestly, it's simple. Just wash your hands. Don't sneeze out don't sneeze in people's faces. Don't cough out in people's
Just
faces. Just,
common
you know.
sense. Common sense, everybody. Common sense. Just literally
do
keep yourself
that.
clean. Keep yourself healthy.
As long as you ain't some asshole
Stay
who likes
hydrated.
runs at someone and sneezes on their face,
Well, that,
you'll be
and
fine.
That and just that and stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Actually, stay hydrated.
And oh yeah, no, honestly, it is. The symptoms are basically like the common cold, just coughing, congestion, maybe some sinus issues, maybe some inner ear kind of infections. Just rest, basically warm environment.
You will be fine. It's
Yeah,
not
I mean, I'm over
something
here. I only
frightening.
got scared because I was like, "Oh no, I've had the cough," and then as soon as I heard that start happening, I'm like, "Oh, sick."
Oh yeah, that's also, let's face it, media will be talking about, since they're talking about the symptoms and stuff,
Yeah,
and
freak
they're-
out. Yeah.
and because we're in the era where we're in the time where everyone's getting the cold, everyone's getting the flu, everyone's getting this,
Yeah.
everyone starts panicking. They hear the symptoms of the
People have
coronavirus.
anxiety, and it's gonna happen. It does
Oh
happen.
yeah. By the way,
Okay, but this
yeah?
this doesn't explain anything to me.
What question?
Why the fuck is it called the coronavirus?
That is a
I-
good question.
Yeah.
It comes
I always
from
wondered
the
about
delicious taste of Corona Light. In
Shut
fact,
the fuck up.
actually,
That's not,
what
that's not
happens
how it
is
works. There's
what
no
happens
fucking
is
way.
what happens is if you take the top off the bottle of a Corona
Uh-huh.
and flip it over, that's
Uh-huh.
where they got the idea. Actually,
What?
truth be told, the actual source of the Corona, the name Corona,
Yeah.
which is basically the it's
You do
for the
know what
original
an
term of
actual
crown.
corona is,
Yeah,
right?
crown,
No,
crown,
dude,
crown.
I don't.
Basically, because the
The
actual
corona
virus.
is also, I think, around the sun.
Yeah,
so-
but it also for the for a crown. But that's the reason. The actual reason is because the actual virus itself, most of the time, it's shaped like a crown. Most of the variants of that virus is shaped like a crown, so they've dubbed it Corona.
Corona. Okay.
The current virus that's going around, I think they dubbed it 2019 COVN or something like that. I might be wrong. Well, I mean, it's
Well, I mean,
it's the actual
And I'm
the
over here
actual
like,
like
hey, just it's
designation
like
of
you said, Malcolm, like you said.
Seriously,
it's a PSA,
like
it's
you're
a
saying
PSA,
that's dumb.
just-
They named an actual fly gene after Kenny.
yeah,
Shut
they
up.
did. They did.
But no, but either way, yeah. Stay safe out there, guys. Actually, do common sense. Keep yourself clean. Whatever, stay.
Don't die out
Like, you'll
there.
be fine.
Be
You
safe.
you
You'll be
should
fine.
not freak out. Don't let the
No freaking
media
out.
make you scared. They like scaremongering people.
Basically.
Like don't fucking do it.
Just
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
simple things. Wash your
Yeah.
hands. Make sure you eat proper food. Like
Just basic
make sure you
hygiene,
clean
basic
it.
hygiene,
Make
man.
sure
Yeah, just
everything's
don't
fine.
be an outcome.
And don't sneeze on people. Don't cough on people. Don't go puking in public or something. Well, I don't know. Whatever.
Wait, why would you? Okay, I think a lot of those should be self-explanatory.
They
If you're
should.
gonna puke, go to the bathroom. That's it.
They should. But never know. Never know. And that was my little PSA about. Don't worry
Don't
about it. Drink a
vomit in your
Corona.
pants.
Don't worry about it. Just drink Corona. All right then. And so, my little topic be over. Next up, we got Wiz.
What's going on?
Hey,
What's
this is the
funny?
final topic of the day, and today I will be talking about my topic. Title is the quiet topographical landmark.
Huh?
What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Well, it's because, Liz gave me the title. No, instead, we're going to talk about everybody's favorite video game that they completely ruined. Thanks, Konami. Silent Hill. So, if you haven't
Now
heard
do you
in the
understand my
news,
meme of a title?
oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know. It's a very nice place. I remember that town, Silent Hill. What they didn't tell you is there are rumors. Rumors. That's right. For those who aren't in the know, there is a leaker by the name that goes with Dusk Golem, who has leaked proper information throughout the past couple years of like more or less games that did in fact came out, or at least the information was correct. So the guy did. So to give you background, the guy did leak Resident Evil 3 remake before it was properly announced, and all his leaks have been so far mostly correct. So what they were pitching, based on this leak, is that Silent Hill, a series that has been dead thanks to the Kojima being pulled out of the Silent Hills project,
Mm-hmm.
they're now making 2 new Silent Hill games. So
Oh,
one of them
what?
is a soft reboot. So I'm assuming it's gonna be another Shattered Memories. I don't know how many of you played Shattered Memories. I did. I never finished it because it's a little weird. But I'm assuming it's that, based on when they meant by soft reboot, unless they're like
Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
I
starting
hate
off.
What?
Well,
Why?
I turned and I looked at your hand.
Got him. But Silent Hill, it might be a Silent Hill 2 reboot. I don't know what they mean by soft
Ooh.
reboot. It could be anything.
That's actually.
But the second one is the one I'm like, wait a minute.
This doesn't sit like a girl.
This doesn't sound right. So the second one, if they're pitching around, is they want it in the same style as Telltale or Until Dawn. Now I don't know how this sounds to you guys, but how many of you want a Silent Hill where we just remove all of the gameplay aspect and make it to a point-and-click adventure?
What the fuck?
No.
What?
Isn't that how
No.
horror games started out?
No.
No.
No. The survival horror was popularized by Resident
Survivor.
Evil, and
Yeah.
combat is very much
I
in
meant
the.
other horror games before.
Well, you mean like the modern? No, there was no horror games
Scissor
before
Man.
Silent Hill
There
that were
was.
well, there were, but they weren't
Clock
as.
Tower.
Oh my.
That's a point-and-click horror adventure. Actually,
I came before. That's what I was talking
I
about.
think
wait,
she,
how much? Actually, no.
There's
Wait,
a
yeah, you're
couple
right.
of
No,
ours.
I'm sorry. Because I should know this because I played Clock Tower and it's pretty spooky stuff. But the thing is, Silent Hill.
Yeah.
That's like when I think of Silent Hill, I still think like the gameplay matters like a little bit to the to the game itself. It's very important and integral. It's about exploration in this like weird spooky world. It's great.
It's about getting fucked in the ass by a lot of enemies.
Not really.
No.
Silent Hill 4 wasn't that bad. It was just really, really hard for no reason. Really, really hard. Really. It's a dumb game. Don't play it.
Oh yeah.
But
oh, yeah.
but Silent Hill, like what they're trying to do, at least for Konami, I don't know about you, but would this even work? Like who you think this will be? You think this will happen? You think they'll bring back the Silent Hill like IP after the debacle of Silent Hills and the fucking Silent Hill pachinko slot game?
Probably. It's been a
Pull
while.
the lever.
Did they
Pull
have
the
something called-
lever.
Did they have something
Yeah.
called PT? or
Pull the
something?
plug out of the life support.
Just kill Silent
Wait.
Hill. Let it die.
Thing
It's
is,
a
Didn't they have
good
something-
series and should be done.
Didn't they have something called PT before?
That was
Whatever.
PT. Yeah, that
Silent
was
Hill, except
yeah.
it's like a
Silent Hills.
Lane.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was kind of hoping that was gonna release.
What I
That was
said.
interesting.
Silent Hill, except it's like a Lane.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh.
god, that's bad. That's. I mean, they probably could do it if they wanted to because Gotcha makes a lot of money. But from
I know,
what
but,
I remembered, the Konami actually cut their what's it called, their mobile department and things like that.
Oh really?
Because well, well, not
You're
mobile
not on
department, but
camera.
like pachinko and things
I
like that.
am on camera.
Oh,
You
you are? I didn't know.
Thanks, Liz.
And And the thing that makes me really wonder is that can Silent Hills, a new Silent Hills, really sell with the IP after the debacle? I think it won't, and I feel like it's just best to just lay the series to rest and then just start up a new IP.
Yeah.
I mean, from what it seems like, Konami is on a restructuring. Like it seems like it's trying to come back. I've heard that they're trying to make and release new games again. I don't know what they are, but
I mean,
they're
they have all this
trying.
time. They've had all this time, so
I mean, they were focusing on mobile and like
uh,
smartphone games until
look how
that didn't
turned
really
out.
work out.
Yeah, look how that turned out. Fuck.
I don't know. I think they're
Whoever
still
decided to
successful.
greenlight Mobile Legends should get their dick cut off.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, it's the
League of Legends,
It's a
mobile.
The mobile.
I don't know. I don't really care. Mobile games. I
Doing
mean,
the
that's what's popular.
Yes, you are, Liz. Yes, you
I
are.
mean, the thing that really is important
Mm-hmm.
is that a new Silent Hill can come out, and I think that's great as a bit of a fan of a series. But the problem is, I feel like it just doesn't really work
Yeah.
anymore. I mean, like it can. Look at RE2 and RE7 and RE2, and then now RE3.
RE3's coming out.
Like we're getting good stuff, and it's coming soon.
Ooh.
And that's just great.
Dude, that means
Can Konami do it too? Probably fucking not, unless they got somebody who really knows how to really make a game that will work with Silent Hill. And even then, it probably won't come out until like 2025 or something.
Mm.
We won't know for a very long time.
I'll be dead by then.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
That's.
But
She walks off. It just takes.
but what I'm trying to say is, I'm happy that they're trying to pitch around, but I feel like it's just better off to have it dead. I don't know if you guys care about it because the state of survival horror is in a better place than it was.
I mean,
Like how many like years ago? Like I don't know, like less than 5 years ago. That's it was not that good.
I mean,
you know?
I barely see a lot of survival horrors.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't, unless they're like indie developers.
I mean, and even then,
I mean, granted, I'd prefer indie than AAA.
Well, yeah, that and the only ones I can really note was are just Resident Evil. That's it.
Yeah, and that's
I was
it.
hoping
Like,
for Silent Hill to come back, but you know.
oh, of course, they didn't come out for obvious reasons. Kojima got pulled out of the project and everything, but it's still like
The fuck are you?
I don't. I just think it's nice that new Silent Hill is coming. Maybe just they're trying really hard. It's a rumor, of course, but going with what Konami has been trying to do, it does not really surprise me that that's what they're trying to go for, especially because they're a reconstruction company. I'm trying to get back into the video games. Didn't go so well, but clearly they're trying to make it an effort. And if this rumor is true, which I'm assuming it is based on like the guy's track record,
Mm-hmm.
the leaker's track record, we are gonna probably get something maybe in the future if the plans go accordingly, or it will just be another shit can project. And entire lines of shit can projects for the Silent Hill IP, because there's still a couple like they were thrown around but never got off the ground. So really, it's just more of a just lay it to rest and start up a new IP with the inspirations of Silent Hill, because we need a new Silent Hill team, if anything, because Silent Hill is not even the same game without the original team that was working on it, which have been more or less ripped all over the industry.
Yeah, if they're gonna make a new team, might as well make a new IP.
Yeah.
New horror games.
I mean,
Like what?
I honestly wouldn't mind if there's suddenly that comes like a new horror game like series. That would be nice. Get another Silent Hill, another Resident Evil.
Was it called?
Nothing.
Daybreak? 1998? I remember seeing that. It was made by some like B-grade company.
We should
I heard
get
it was good.
more psychological horror.
I would love that.
I feel like I think we're getting a plenty of psychological horror. I feel like a lot of psychological.
AAA game.
Like Lost.
AAA.
Well, yeah, they're all indie though. I'm trying to think of like when was the last triple
Triple
A
A psychological.
horror or survival horror based game.
That's the thing. Horror is now like only the best done by indie developers. At least no AAA wants to do it.
Listen, soon there will be a AAA horror game for
Oh?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
right.
Is that a
Are
thing?
you serious?
Yeah.
Are you
Really? That's
fucking-
crazy.
Not seen his to-do list?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he wants to do.
it's-
Yeah.
Well, no, but that's
No,
actually.
some of these are cleared.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Like
one
these
of,
are official? Like this is like a
Yeah.
confirm. Like we can.
That's
there is a
confirmed,
new
yeah.
book series coming out that was confirmed in earlier, like
Hmm.
5 months ago, and it's come out already, and it's in serialization.
So he actually has
Next, what's
plans.
coming up is another one of the games, which I think is set in the 80s. It's like glam rock shit, you know, in a mall area. And there's
Oh.
been hints from the other games, including the AR and the VR game, about this new 80s glam rock game. So it's coming.
Oh dear lord.
Okay, so
Great.
all right, well, I'll check out for that. I'm not much of a fan of the Five Nights series, but
Yeah.
if a
I like
new
watching.
AAA, but a
Mhm.
new AAA horror game is always worth checking out, especially because I want more. You know, I want to support a genre that it gets underrepresented in the AAA market simply because it's too costly and not that great for development. I mean, like the other great survival horror game I could think of is like Alien's Isolation.
Isolation.
The
Yeah.
only
But, like-
reason it's so like costly because you don't know what you're getting into. Every single horror game is a risk that you take. Cause
Yeah, horror is
you don't
subjective,
know.
and the way it's like written and everything else, it's like it's best for like smaller developers to do it, like Lost in Vivo, and like I don't know, there's like countless of horror games that are like do it amazingly. At least B grade
You
companies,
could
they
I
need a
think
B
that-
grade. I feel no, that's
I'm
the
over
best.
here,
The
like-
best
I
market.
Go on,
think
Liz.
developers
Yeah.
should try to mix genres a lot more because they seem to just be going into one or like just one each time that they the AAA developers develop a game, like just an FPS, just a military
I don't know
sim.
about
Like
that
I think you
one.
should like if you're
Mm.
saying that it's underrepresented because like
Well,
they don't in a world where like you people are
Mhm.
more or less going to be more entertained by something has mixed genres. I don't usually see too many represented in the well, at least me particularly, I enjoy stuff that has a mix. So what if you had like some sort of mix between horror and another genre?
Well, I mean, we already had that.
Probably
Well, like
will.
survival, like horror is inherently a genre you mix with something. Survival horror is no longer the way we think of survival horror. At least it was made in the 90s. It's been proven by Resident Evil 7. A first-person Resident Evil game has been done, and it's successful, and it's good. The concepts and the styles of survival horror is still very possible, but with a different camera place.
I just
But
wanna
that's
play
like
House of the
that's
Dead.
Resident Evil though. That's key
Oh, I
hunting.
would
That's
love
like
a
puzzle
railgun.
solving. And then you got then you got
Yeah.
like games like you know, like I said, I keep using Lost in Vivo as an example because it uses
Yeah.
heavily inspired like Silent Hill, and that's a first person survival horror-ish experience
Right.
as well, using you know, and
By the
then like I said, I think it's like I said, it's Daybreak. So it's something like Daybreak 1980. I don't know what it is.
By the
but
way,
that-
Wiz,
Yeah.
what would you classify House of the Dead under? By the
You're
way,
really far
it's
away.
an
in your
art.
home
It's
apartment,
yeah, you're a little
Cloudy.
far away,
My
but
bad.
it's like an art. It's not a horror game at all. It's like a fun. Okay, it's a horror theme amusement rail shooter
Right,
experience
rail
or something like
shooter,
that. Like
okay.
horror rail shooter would definitely be the genre.
Okay.
I'm talking about pure survival horror.
You're like, okay.
Like we're
yeah, 'cause
talking
I
about
was
your
trying
Resident Evils, your Silent Hills, your Dino Crisis. You know
to- Ooh.
that
I
shit.
like
We're talking
ones
about
that were
proper
RPGs.
horror.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, horror RPGs isn't
Oh,
like a
RPGs.
psychological horror
Well,
RPG.
like
it's just like-
I said it is an RPG. It's you just walking around doing shit. I don't
okay,
know.
well then those are usually called like
It's not technically, but
not a
like, I
walking
guess
sim,
it-
but like well,
it's-
some are walking
It's like
simulators.
Some.
Corpse Party. That's
Oh,
technically a horror
Corpse
That's a
game.
visual
Party.
novel.
That's a
I mean,
visual
actually, no,
novel.
it's
Visual novel, you walk
Interactive.
around.
It's an
What, a
interactive.
point-and-click adventure.
It's
No,
an
adventure game.
interactive.
Adventure game. That's the genre. That's the genre it usually plays on. They're adventure game. Something
Mm-hmm.
horror themed adventure games. But that's like
You just
horror game. I want like a survival horror. I want combat in the game while you
And
get the
I
puzzle
said
and
that you should
exploration.
mix and try to play
But-
with other genres.
But what other genres would work with survival horror? Survival horror is
You don't
inherently
know
about
until you find out.
Yeah.
one, two,
When am I
three. It's
mixing-
exploration. It's puzzle solving. It's interesting world
Rail
design.
shooter.
Character.
No,
Not that one.
when-
Definitely not that one at all.
Animal Crossing
100%
horror.
not that.
I want my Animal Crossing horror crossover.
Shut the fuck up. Why the hell would I want my simulation friend experience with a Zombo.
With a Zombo.
Zombo.
Was there like a
Dude,
Wii game called
imagine
Zombie?
Animal Crossing, except like halfway through, like, and
Zombies.
you get to the first milestone, and then something
It
nearby
just turns into
explodes.
a completely
No,
fucking different genre.
Something
the
explodes nearby into your town, and everyone goes to investigate, and a zombie comes out of the hole, and shit goes wild.
So it's a bait and switch at that point. Like you
Yeah.
might as well not even like, because we might as well pull like an
Hey,
MGS2.
horror comes out of surprise, and
I would
fear is
so
like
a
that.
part of the unknown.
I would get it. I would actually get it.
I would get it. I would get
I
it.
like fucking Animal Crossing, but holy shit, that was
I would be like out of nowhere. Comes
just
out of
like-
nowhere.
It's like cutesy, adorable, and then all of a sudden
Bam! Horror!
horror and death.
Death!
Fuck.
Spooks!
Fuck.
You have to have, you have to fish, you have to gather all those fruits, you have to do insect hunt just to survive.
God damn it.
Holy shit.
Okay, but
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 still,
yeah, that's all I really have to say on my topic.
Okay.
It's
Alright.
hopefully the rumors are true, and maybe just maybe there is a new Silent Hill in the works. But
Hopefully.
for the most part,
I'm hoping.
we can only hope that one of those gets picked. I'm hoping the reboot gets picked because I'm curious of what like
That if
because
a
Shattered
reboot gets
Memories
picked.
came out fine
Yeah.
as a
Mhm.
reboot, so you could do something interesting with that. At least it's a soft reboot, whatever the fuck that means.
oh
I
I don't know
god.
where to go from there because
I
like
don't
what you
know.
got Heather's Child or something like that.
Something. I
And
don't
James
remember.
Sutherland's friend or something. I don't know, something. And
Yeah.
I definitely don't want the Telltale style or the
I'm
I
tired.
feel like
No,
they-
no, no,
that would
no,
not
no.
work.
Yeah,
it
it's
would
been
work.
done.
But it
It
would not
worked,
be the, but it
it's
would not be
not-
the for the IP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me.
All right then. So with that, we've wrapped up our topics for this podcast, guys. Anything you guys want to add, mention? Hell,
I didn't.
you didn't.
Give me a House of the Dead on PC. God damn it.
Why do we?
Ooh,
I mean, we already got
want-
that.
I want
called
rail
Typing of the
shooters.
Dead.
Typing of the Dead, though.
We already have Typing of the Dead Overkill.
I want rail
Yeah.
shooters. I want rail shooters on
I want
PC.
legit, like a legit one, dude.
I wouldn't
What do you mean
mind.
it's what do you mean it is a legit one? House of the Typing of the
What,
Dead
like,
Overkill has a House of the Dead
typing, though?
mode.
Oh yeah, it does. It
Oh,
actually
does
does.
it?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does. It has
Oh.
normal typing. What you? I'm. You
No,
have
no,
it.
no, nobody wants
You have
more. He
family
wants.
share. You literally
You
get to play it if you
have
want.
them.
He wants
Well,
other.
I just don't realize. I just
Yeah.
want like a legit. Like,
He wants some of
Well,
the.
it's because-
He wants some of the others. Oh.
yeah.
Ooh. That
The
I would
what?
like the
what?
Castlevania series.
Oh,
Give
please.
me 3D.
Please.
Give you what?
Ooh, not Castlevania 64.
I
what
want
was
to
it?
lick Alucard's abs in 3D.
Oh, my God.
This is
well,
not
It's
the-
never
Oh,
gonna
no,
happen
better yet, better.
because.
Okay, wait, Wiz. This
What?
might sound like a horrible idea.
What?
House of the Dead in VR, though.
My work.
Mm.
My work.
Considering,
Alright.
considering you have the index, you have the vibe, everything.
So
I feel like
If you have a
like
topic for us,
like
Spook,
it's like
please
that.
Email us.
Yeah, because like good.
I
Uh-huh.
looked
I was
through
gonna say,
them.
what's
think-
the one? Oh.
I think
What?
no, just
What's going on? Wait,
No.
let me talk about it. Let's talk about this because I'm curious. Like, what
No,
Claudia? Like,
we've
alright,
been-
see, the
Oh,
problem with
God.
House is Dead VR
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
most likely due to execution purposes. There
Yeah.
is a House of the Dead remake being developed, like for House of the Dead 1. I don't even know exactly what the hell they mean
How's
by that,
that?
but it's definitely in development. It's a thing that's being developed, and it's a thing that is in fact existing. I don't know if rail shooters can work very well in VR. Well, actually, no, they work very well in VR. Never
Yeah, I
mind.
was
I've
gonna
seen them.
say,
There is a VR rail shooter, and it is possible. But the
Mhm.
problem is the budget that involves with it. And like,
Yeah,
how
that's
much are you
very
willing
dumb.
to spend to get this fucking like idea to work? I wouldn't
Yeah,
really. I can't
I'm
really
not
say.
worth it just
The
yet.
reason why the only reason why I say that is because I'm looking at like what was that one House of the Dead that had like the whole shaking like your gun to whatever
I mean, like, there's like the. What do you mean by that? Like,
like to break free or something if you
Oh,
get
House
like
of Dead 4 and
Oh,
House
House
of
of
Dead
the-
Scarlet Dawn has that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
played both, and yeah, they both have.
yeah.
They have interactive systems that could work. It's just that I don't know if Sega is willing to put in the time and
yeah.
effort, because House of Dead is primarily an arcade
Or
series.
better, or not just
Mhm.
House of the Dead. I mean, look at the other rail shooters like Time Crisis.
Okay, okay, Time Crisis definitely is possible for VR
Mhm.
because
Because like
you
fuck,
just have to
dude.
stand in your one
And
place.
duck.
Well, and
just-
then you have the button, and then you have the
Dude,
buttons to go
dude,
into cover, and
Yeah.
then switch.
Well, you don't even have to have a button because you
you're in
physically
VR.
have to do it in real
Oh no,
life.
you can
and-
physically go. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's
yeah.
better appropriate. Okay, so now that's the case. Then rail shooters in general are more likely to be properly done in VR because they have none of the limitations that are inherent
and
with.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm surprised.
Well, I mean, there are rail shooters in VR. Like I said, there's like I think it's Operation Wolf Cab. The
Oh,
Killing
okay.
Floor Isolation, as bad as that is, that's
Is it
basically
really that bad?
it's really
Mhm.
bad. But it is
Really?
basically like a rail shooter from what I've seen of like the
That
gameplay. Like
makes
you
me
do have
sad.
movement, but it's still like you stationary in one area.
Oh, but you're
They come towards you
stationary.
and shoot you,
Yeah.
and then you don't really move around at all. You move probably like I don't know, like a couple of like meters in between up and
It's
down, but that's
time.
about it.
It's time.
And
It's time.
oh, it's time.
It's time. It's
Oh,
time.
well, yeah,
It's
it's time.
question time.
It's time to go kill. I mean, no questions.
It's time. It's time.
It is time, guys.
It's time.
All right, because yep, we are. Oh yes, we did make it over an hour, guys. So yep, we're at the threshold. So let's go ahead and start wrapping things up, guys.
Mhm.
Guys watching the stream, normally we have been we normally focus on the podcast and we all talk with each other. So we don't originally we didn't really interact so much with the chat, but we want to start doing that more. So let's go ahead and ask you guys what did you guys think about the topics today? Any opinions you had? In fact, if you have, Ruben, I saw you say you had something. Let's see. Never reply. What you know?
Can we check on that? Can we check on that email, please?
What do you mean I never reply? How am I supposed to reply to a shit ton of memes?
God damn it.
And hey, fun time.
If, for those who do not have a question or are currently unavailable at the stream, this is for those who are listening to the for the recording. If you want an email, if you have any questions, topics, or inquiries you want us to, you want anything, please contact us at noconsequencespodcast@gmail.com. That is no consequences, no consequences podcast@gmail.com.
Excuse me, I am purely business. I didn't even know that was what you were gonna send me. I just put it in fan mail. Everyone else can respond too. It's
All
not
right.
just me. Why am
All
I the
right.
only one who has to answer?
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't have the
Okay,
answer. I
okay.
mean, I can check the email, maybe,
Yeah.
kind of, sort of not.
I forgot. I kind of
Look,
forgot
I
it.
just kind of put a whole folder there that's just
Yeah.
called "Wiz, I'ma kick your ass."
I,
Just filled with shit that I don't want to do with.
I kind of forgot it's there, so my bad. I gotta actually
that
go
and I
over it
mean,
more.
Well, but
my
you
whole
needed
email
to
I do
sign
it,
into the
so-
account. I don't know how that's possible.
Mm,
Okay, so basically,
figure that out. Mm.
thank you for following us.
I'm
on-
sorry. What?
What?
Yeah, you can see it in the email. I'm not insane. What the fuck is that?
Okay.
Thank you
And
so
Shadow
much.
Von Moon for following us today. Or
Yes.
Hey,
yesterday,
appreciate
or
it.
January
Whatever.
22nd.
Thank
We
you guys.
appreciate you. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Appreciate ya.
Appreciate you all for joining us. Hope you guys have fun as we talk about random topics that we'd
What
like
kind
to
of
talk
name
about.
is-
The best kind around.
Please.
The best kind of name. It's just
Yeah.
sound
It's just-
effects.
It's just
It's literally
onomatopoeia.
JJJKKSHSJJS.
Oh my god, he followed. Cool. Holy shit.
Anyways.
All right then,
there's,
guys.
You guys got any questions for us? Some
No.
concerns,
No.
things that you want to and absolutely want us to reply with instantly, because
already
I
did
don't
it.
even have much of a habit of checking the email.
But I said the email thing.
You said the email.
Yeah, I said the email.
You said QA. You said QA. Fuck
Well,
you.
right, well,
I'm gonna
right
walk
now,
over here.
okay. I don't know. If anybody in chat has anything, I mean, we could go
Yeah.
right now. I guess.
At this point, guys, thanks so
If-
much.
yeah.
All right. So then, if there's no questions, no anything, and again, if you do have any questions, concerns, topics you'd like to have discussed, or anything else you'd like to bring up, maybe even just cheer Liz up with some more memes. She loves memes, right, Liz?
She loves them. She loves
I
them.
didn't even look at them. It just made me want to die.
God damn
You
it.
see, guys? She loves it.
She
All
loves
right.
it.
But
She
yeah,
loves it.
thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys have been enjoying as well. We've just been doing whatever the hell we want. Talk about the topics we like. Talk about the topics we want to talk about. And hope you guys have been enjoying. My name is
Yeah,
Alcom.
fuck you.
Wow, thanks, Liz. My name is Alcom. You can catch me on twitch.tv/AlcomGames, where I just play a variety of different games with my
Spit on your
friends.
shoes.
You better shine them.
No,
Please stop.
Wow.
you just have
Where I
blood.
play a variety of different games with all my
There's blood
friends,
on your
including Cloudy, Liz, and Wiz.
Don't ask about the
Hope
blood.
you guys
part.
enjoy those. Alongside me has been over here from our right, we have Wiz.
Cripple number 2.
Oh, well. I can walk again.
Yeah, I was
Holy
gonna
shit.
say.
I'm no longer a cripple. I'm a normal.
Forever cripple now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You can find me not anywhere. I'm just chilling.
He has
He-
a Twitter.
He
has a
has
Twitter.
I have a Twitter. I do have a Twitter.
He has a
That's true.
yes.
I have a Twitter.
He's our editor. He's our audio editor, video editor. He basically makes sure that at least the podcast looks really good. And well,
Oh,
he's
so
I mean,
you're a
I don't.
sucker,
I,
Cloudy.
actually that would be more like Liz's.
What do you
She does the
suck?
art stuff.
looks
I
good
just-
in
I just
voice.
kinda put it
You're
out.
the one
Okay.
who decided to wear this model.
Now
Answer me.
Dude, don't worry about
Oh
it.
no, please.
to the
stop.
to the
Liz,
far
What do you
left.
suck?
To the
Liz.
far left.
This is an important question.
Liz, please, podcast.
Suck on lemon.
Oh my god. Oh, please,
Okay.
please stop. Just guys.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Now, in the middle, as Mini Jotaro is our art director slash. I don't know what that label. Your producer. You're the one who keeps us in track and make sure we have like titles and everything.
The big
Yes.
sticker.
You're basically the
Big
one.
stick policy, boys. Teddy Roosevelt.
You're the one who kind of keeps us at least held together.
Yes,
Is
you can find me at Liz Kidwiz and my various other Liz handles. Don't get me confused with Wiz. He a bitch, am not.
I don't even stream.
Don't even stream.
he a bitch am not. And yes, you can catch her on Liz Kid Wiz. That's LIZZKIDDWIZZ. Why the fuck do you spell it that way? I actually accidentally almost rated the wrong person earlier. So well, not almost rated. No, I was sending people your Twitch thing. I was using shout
Did you
out.
accidentally?
No, I was using shout out, and I
How come
typed in.
there's 2 Z's in my name?
There's 2 D's in
2
your name.
D's in kid. Wouldn't it carry over? Don't you think? No, because you got like the fucking IQ points
Shut up, you
of like
pea-brain.
a fucking peanut. Shut the fuck up.
All right.
Pea brain, you're talking about yourself now.
E.
You're projecting.
Oh my god.
And last but not least, with drawing is fucking. You know what, Cloudy? Give me a
What?
fucking second. Let me wipe all this shit out of here. Be right back. You fucking moron. Trying to.
And this is why this is the VR chat special. This is special. We're not doing
Emphasis-
this
Emphasis
again.
on special.
Please
Yeah, because I
never
got
again.
too distracted by Cloudy's fucking like
What the fuck?
jacket. It says sucker on it, and I asked you what you
Yeah.
suck.
Oh my god.
Love is for suckers. I'm guessing that's what
Yeah,
it
love
says.
for suckers, dude.
Nah, that
All
just
right.
looks like
So where can we find this cloudy gentleman?
Yes, Cloudy.
Yes, you can
CR
find
Cloudy
me
on
at CR Cloudy. I'm
twitch.tv.
I'm a dumb mouse boy. I'm an idiot.
So yes, he's a dumb
He's
idiot,
also a
but
sucker.
he's actually an incredibly good, incredibly great streamer, just like Liz is as well. And you
Same
can
with
catch
Malcolm.
him. Fuck no, I'm an idiot.
And he's a big peepee for
Yeah.
promoting me.
Yeah, I'm a big peepee. But you can catch this amazing motherfucker on twitch.tv/ZRCloudy, where he streams a variety of different games from, God, what is it, Arc Knight right now? Is that what
Arc
you're
Knight
playing?
for now. Yeah,
Arc Knight. He also plays Black Ops. He plays. Well, do you even still
Call of
play
Duty.
Destiny? Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, and then Destiny sometimes.
And whatever else floats your boat if you have it.
Overwatch is dead to me. Goodbye.
Funny thing is, I was probably gonna play it sometime this
Overwatch
week.
2 comes out.
When Overwatch 2 comes out, maybe.
I'm assuming that's gonna be a bad. I'm assuming Overwatch 2 is gonna be bad.
Probably. Hey, when it comes out, we can talk about it.
When it comes
Yeah,
out,
right?
yeah. I'll have my.
We'll have
stance.
gameplay. The
Yeah.
podcast will be an actual video.
Oh.
Just a
cast.
podcast. Yeah, we could do a video cast.
Oh yeah, we could.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
We all play Overwatch 2 together and just rip it apart, and then laugh because Genji's ass like actually got buffed or
Oh.
something stupid.
Oh my
And
god.
isn't Genji your main?
No.
No, Cloudy's.
You
You
know,
really think I'm good at that DPS? No.
No, you're good
I
at.
sit in
yeah.
the back and cry. 'cause
I
get
throw
schooled.
3 stars.
You're good at support.
And dash and reflect sometimes. That's it.
Now then, thank you very much, guys. You now heard all the amazing individuals here and what they do and where you can catch them. You already know how you can reach us. Thanks for joining us on this little
Go
VR
follow
special.
Alchem at Alchem
Fuck
Games.
off.
He deserves
On
support.
Twitter.
Shut the fuck up. No, we're
Do
not
it
talking
on
about that.
Twitter, too.
We're not talking about that.
Do it on Twitter too.
But thank you for joining us on
You'll
this
know
VR.
why.
Thank you for joining us
You'll
on this
know why
VR
soon
special.
enough.
We will check out the video and everything, and we'll honestly, guys, I don't know if we'll do this again. I don't know if this is the last time.
Tired
We
as
tried.
fuck.
This
We
seems
tried it, that's it.
interesting. This is interesting, but we'll see. Anyways, next stream we'll probably have a guest. It all depends on what we check out. We'll also, and well, hope you guys enjoy that. Thanks so much on behalf of my co-hosts and myself. Thanks for joining us on the No Consequences cast. And
Booty touch.
don't touch my, what the fuck? Get off my booty. And
Anyways.
we'll see you on the next stream, cast, whatever, podcast, whatever.
Next
I'm-
podcast.
No,
Next
no,
podcast.
no,
Is
no,
a fucking
no.
podcast.
Fuck
Podcast,
off!
dummy.
Fucking